Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to first welcome you to Courtroom 3E. I'm Xavier Eckenrode, a judge for Justice for All mock trial. You have been summoned here as prospective jurors in a criminal case now pending before the court. Service as a juror is one of the most important and valuable civic duties you can perform. Trial by jury is one of the most valuable rights which we possess in the United States. The preservation of this right is strengthened by your willingness to respond to your call for jury service. It is recognized that each day, each of you, as well as your loved ones at home, are making a sacrifice to be here today. Thank you for your service again. Certain rules apply to this courtroom, to everyone in this courtroom, including the lawyers, the parties, witnesses, jurors, and observers. First, turn off all cell phones. No one except the media with court approval may take any type of photographs or recording. No one may behave in a way to distract the court, which includes getting up and down a lot or inappropriate reactions to anything. Dress appropriately, layers, no shorts, hats, tank tops, or revealing clothing. The case pending before the court is a criminal case involving felonious assault charges filed by the state of Ohio against August Taylor, who is the defendant in this case. I'm now going to ask the lawyers to introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gabriela DeSanto, and I will be one of the lawyers representing Jordan Settles. Hello, everyone. My name is Madison Hughes. I will be one of the lawyers for Jordan Settles.
Recess? Yes.
Sorry about that. My name is Gabriela DeSanto, and I will be representing the state of Ohio. My name is Madison Hughes, and I'll be representing the state of Ohio.
My name is Gianna Lufkin, and I'll be representing August Taylor.
My name is Tim Fraser. I will be representing August Taylor.
My name is Luri Sofia de la Cruz, and I will be representing August Taylor.
My name is Mayalia Wally, and I will be representing August Taylor.
Lovely. The defendant is charged with felonious assault, a felony of the second degree, a violation of the Ohio Revised Code. Both the state and the defendant are entitled to have jurors who approach this case with an open mind and agree to keep their minds open until a verdict is reached. Jurors must be free as humanly possible from bias, prejudice, or sympathy, and may not be influenced by preconceived ideas, either as to the facts or as to the law. Jurors, you're about to go through the voir dire process. In legal context, voir dire refers to an oath to tell the truth. Things said or asked during voir dire are not evidence, but are designed to allow each side to ask questions to elicit whether everyone can be fair and impartial jurors in this particular case. These questions are not designed to pry into your personal lives, but to discover if you have any knowledge of the case or any preconceived opinions which you cannot lay aside, or if you have had any experience in your personal or family life that might cause you to favor either party. Voir dire is not designed to make you commit to any concepts besides that of being fair and impartial and rendering a verdict if possible. For that reason, there are no right or wrong answers. The most important thing is that you tell the truth. Before we begin, all of you will be given an oath as prospective jurors. The oath is administered by the bailiff, and it requires each of you to truthfully answer all questions asked of you during the next stage of the trial.
Members of the jury, if you could please stand and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will answer any questions directed to you through the voir dire process truthfully? Please answer by saying, "I will."
I will.
Thank you. You may be seated.
At this time, the court and counsel will ask questions. After the questioning, an attorney for each side makes use up to 4 jurors as a legal right. No reason will be given, none is even allowed. These excuses are called preemptory challenges. If you are excused, please don't be offended and don't try to figure out why. If there is anything you would prefer to discuss in private away from other jurors, please let me know and we will accommodate. I have already introduced the defendant and trial attorneys. The defendant has pleaded not guilty to the charges filed against him. The indictment filed against him alleges that in February, in violation of section 2903.11 of the Ohio Revised Code, the defendant committed felonious assault. Now, having heard the charges filed against the defendant, is there any member of the jury panel who feels that they cannot give this defendant a fair trial because of the nature of charges against them? Perfect. Have any of you heard of or have any prior knowledge of the facts in this case? Okay. Are any of you acquainted with or know me, any of the attorneys, or the defendant?
Like that was obvious.
Is there anyone here who is not a United States citizen? Does anyone have any physical, mental, or emotional issues that might impact your service? Do any of you have any difficulty hearing, seeing, or understanding the English language? Okay. During the trial, we may have to take short breaks for me to handle other business, which will require some patience on your part, and so I thank you ahead of time for that. As we have now selected our jury, I will swear you in. Could you all please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will diligently inquire into and carefully deliberate all matters between the state of Ohio and August Taylor to the best of your skill and understanding without bias or prejudice and subject to penalties of perjury? Answer by saying, I will.
I will.
Jury service may be new to some of you, so a short explanation is in order. The lawyer presents the evidence according to the rules. The judge enforces the rules and determines what evidence may be admitted. You will be the sole triers of the facts, the believability of the witness, and the weight to be given to the testimony. Later, I will provide you with the law and, you may be seated, sorry. And you will apply the law to the facts. It is your sworn duty to accept the law as I give it to you. Also, you are not to consider punishment at any point during the trial or during deliberations. That responsibility is placed by law upon me. As discussed, counsel for each side will outline in an opening statement that they expect the evidence, what they expect their evidence will be. These opening statements are not evidence. They are designed to help you follow the evidence as it is presented. Then the state offers its evidence. Again, the defendant may, but does not have to offer evidence. If the defendant presents evidence, the state may present rebuttal evidence. The trial concludes with the arguments of counsel and instructions of law by the court. Thereafter, you will deliberate on your verdict. The court will permit those jurors who want to take notes during the trial to do so. In making the determination whether or not to take notes, please recognize that once you begin to deliberate, you should rely on your notes if you choose to take them and your collective memories. We will not read any part of the transcript back to you after deliberation begins. You will only be permitted to consider exhibits admitted into evidence. That being said, no juror is required to take notes. The taking of notes is entirely a matter of personal choice for each juror. Some people believe that taking notes is not helpful because it may distract a person's attention and interfere with hearing all of the evidence. And some people believe differently. The fact that notes taken by a juror support his or her recollection in no way makes his or her memory more reliable than that of the jurors who do not take notes. Do not let the taking of notes divert your attention from what is being said or is happening in the courtroom during the trial. All notes are confidential and for the consideration of the jury only. You will only be permitted to take notes in the notebook provided to you. You may not take notes in any other form or on any other medium. Each note taker will leave his or her notes in the chair at the end of the day and during all recesses until deliberation begins. At that time, you will be allowed to take notes to the jury room. All notes will be returned to the bailiff for destruction at the time the jury is discharged. Questions are prohibited. Jurors will not be permitted to ask questions of witnesses. It is the responsibility of the lawyers to present all evidence necessary for you to decide issues in the case. As jurors, you must decide the case based solely on evidence presented here within the four walls of this courtroom. As discussed, you are going to hear opening statements, testimony from the witness stand, closing arguments, and you will receive exhibits. I will provide you with instructions of law. Do not form or express any opinion on the case until that process is completed and the case is submitted to you for deliberation. Additionally, it is very important to both parties in this courtroom that you be fair, attentive throughout the entire trial. Until you retire to deliberate, you may not discuss this case with anyone, including your fellow jurors, family, and friends. After you retire to deliberate, you may begin discussing the case with your fellow jurors, but cannot discuss the case with anyone else until you have reached a verdict and the case is at an end. Do not permit anyone to discuss it with you or in your presence. Also, anyone involved in this trial, including lawyers, witnesses, and court staff, will not speak to you outside of a greeting. Just like I instruct you not to talk with the attorneys, parties, or witnesses during trial, they are also not permitted to talk to you. If anyone tries to talk to you, please report the incident to me or my bailiff immediately. Do not investigate or attempt to obtain additional information about this case outside this courtroom. I know that many, if not all of you, use cell phones or the internet of some form. You may not use any of these devices or any other devices of technology to investigate or discuss this case with anyone. This means you may not communicate with anyone about the case or your experience on this jury prior to being discharged after a verdict is reached, using any social media, email, texting, Twitter, blogs, Facebook, Google, or YouTube. Even if I have not specifically mentioned it here, you may not use any similar technology or social media. If you become aware of another juror's violation of these instructions, it is imperative that you inform me or my bailiff immediately. Likewise, you cannot read, view, or listen to any report in the newspaper or on the radio, television, or internet on the subject of this trial. Do not let anyone read or comment upon them to you or in your presence. Such reports may be incomplete and are sometimes inaccurate. You may only decide this case based upon the evidence you receive at trial. If you get any information from an outside source, you must report it to me. At the same time, if the media is in the courtroom to cover the trial, they may not photograph or video any of you. Any violation of these orders may require a new trial, which is expensive for all concerned, and it may result in criminal prosecution of all the people involved in violating these orders. At each recess, I will tell you, remember your admonitions, which is everything I just read to you. I do this so that I do not have to read them to you repeatedly. If I forget, however, they nevertheless apply to your conduct throughout the trial. Is there anything on behalf of the council before we proceed with the opening statements? Okay, you may begin.
Do I gotta go up there?
Please be seated. The state will begin. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of the jury and the judge, thank you all for joining us today. This case is about one young lady, Jordan Settles, and another young lady, August Taylor. Jordan Settles met August Taylor at senior orientation. Jordan had noticed August was new to Franklin High School, and she also noticed August had no friends at the time because she was new. Jordan decided to befriend August Taylor, knowing that they both had very different styles and personalities, and that this friendship wouldn't last in the long run. This friendship would be something that would help August get acclimated to Franklin High School. August and Jordan began speaking over Instagram and Snapchat, as well as iMessage. They had exchanged over 2,400 messages over the course of 3 months. They also had attended a pep rally together. However, in November of 2023, August Taylor had told her senior guidance counselor that she believed Jordan was making threats and harassing her online. Jordan was doing what all high schoolers do, which is playfully joke around with each other. Jordan took it that August and Jordan were mutually joking around, and August never told Jordan that she took the jokes personally or felt threatened by them. All Jordan knew was that they were joking around. Jordan had no idea August was bothered by them. You will hear from Emery Easton, Jordan's best friend, that Jordan has struggled in the past with school rules, but changed her life around for the better. Jordan is a kind friend who only wanted to help August make friends and prepare for college, whether you believe it or not. Evidence will show that Jordan's intent was never to cause physical or mental harm to Miss Taylor. On December 11th, August Taylor transferred to Olentangy Academy. On December 12th, August's mother ordered an online civil protection order, also known as a CPO. This stated that Jordan couldn't contact August online or through any social media apps. This did not state that Jordan and August couldn't have physical in-person interactions. Later in February, a basketball game was held at Easterville High School, and the opposing team was Franklin High School, which August no longer had attended. August decided to attend the basketball game when she was invited by friends, and during halftime, she saw Jordan there, which is not ironic in any way because Jordan attended Franklin High School. She then initiated a conversation with Jordan by saying, "What are you doing here?" Jordan replied in a playful manner saying, "Bro, you are so stupid, I could hit you right now." Jordan then said, "Go away, dummy, I hate you." Jordan was trying to get past August so she could buy candy from the concession stand. When doing so, she slightly shoved August. However, this shove was not meant to be violent in any way. August then repeatedly beat helpless, innocent Jordan to the ground, and when she was on the ground, she stomped on her head. Not only did she escalate the situation, but she beat an innocent young lady who was not deserving of this treatment in any way. August Taylor started the situation and had no reason to believe that she was in danger of great bodily harm, and she never violated a duty to retreat or avoid the danger she thought she was in. She also used very unreasonable force against Jordan Settles. August is being charged with felonious assault of the second degree. Before I conclude this opening statement, I would like to clarify, in no way is my intent as a lawyer to cause any distress to anyone in the courtroom or treat anyone uncharitably. My only goal is to do my job. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you will find August Taylor guilty of felonious assault on the second degree.
Opening statements from the defense, please.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are representing August Taylor, who for over 7 months have been verbally attacked, publicly humiliated by Jordan. And even after taking the necessary steps to escape the threat, she was pushed to edge, and my client was forced to defend herself. The prosecutor will try to prove to you that my client was abusive and had no reason to incite violence, but the facts will show you the opposite. That night at Easterville High, my client was verbally threatened. My client was not aware of Jordan's presence. After the encounter, my client incited the restraining order, trying to respect law. Jordan violently approached, causing the situation to escalate. We are here to prove that our client has the right to self-defense. Please see by the fact that our client, August Taylor, is not guilty of felonious assault to the second degree. Thank you very much.
Counsel for the state, you may call your first witness.
The prosecution calls Jordan Settles.
Ms. Settles, I will escort you to the witness stand. And counsel, you may question the witness from this podium or that podium. Ms. Settles, if you could follow me. Before you are seated, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide for this court in and through Yes. Thank you. You may.
Good morning, Ms. Settles. For the record, could you please state your full name and the grade you are currently in?
Jordan Settles, 12th grade.
Can you describe how you first became acquainted with August?
At senior orientation.
At what point did you feel comfortable enough with each other to start joking in such ways?
After a few school days went by.
Okay. Did you ever interact with August in a way he might have perceived as threatening?
No, I was not aware of that.
Do you know what PTSD is?
Yes.
Did you know August had PTSD?
No, I was not aware.
Can you explain to me your intention behind the Instagram post?
It was a fist bump.
Okay. Did you ever notice a change in behavior in August, and if so, when?
Yes. August started to act a little weird in the way he was dressing.
Okay. Did August ever convey to you that they were upset by the jokes you made?
No.
Did August convey to you in any manner that she felt attacked by your post?
No.
Was there any communication prior to the game?
No.
Did you feel intimidated by August's tone when she said, I quote, "What are you doing here?"
Yes.
And how did August's outburst in anger affect you?
It really scared me.
Okay, no further questions.
Any cross-examination from the defense?
Yes.
And counsel, when you speak, will you please make sure to speak up?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I wish to have this document marked for identification.
What is the exhibit number?
Exhibit A.
Counsel, you may proceed.
As the court reporter, I will now mark your exhibits.
I need to show it. How do we? Do you agree with the fact that that is your Instagram account?
Yes.
May you please read the post with the fist out loud with the text included?
Getting ready for the next time I see August Taylor.
What were the implications behind that post?
A fist.
May you please go more in depth?
Can you say it again?
May you please go more in depth?
Yes.
May you please explain more about the post?
It was a fist for the next time I see Taylor.
And what does that mean?
It was a fighting fist. So your intent with that post was to threaten August Taylor? No, it was the way we play.
May you please repeat what the post said and the intent behind it?
Getting ready for the next time I see August Taylor.
And the intent?
A fist.
May you please explain the intent behind the fist?
It was a fist to the next time I see August Taylor.
You had previously said that was a fighting fist, so your intent with that post was preparing to fight August Taylor.
Yes, but it was a joke.
May you please explain how it was a joke?
Me and August Taylor joke around a lot because it's a fist for, playing around.
So you believe fighting to be a joke?
Yes.
That's all I have on that evidence, but I wish to submit this document as Exhibit B.
You may proceed.
Can you just confirm that these are yours and Augustus text messages?
Yes.
May you please read the text messages sent, your text message sent on the 24th of August in 2023?
Nobody likes you. You have no friends. I would care if I were you.
That's a wrong message. I said the one for August 24th, 2023.
Where'd you get those jeans from? Mama's closet?
So would you agree that that was meant to be an insult?
No,
Why not?
it was a joke.
How?
And we joke like that.
May you please read Augustus' response to that text.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
So would you agree or disagree with the notation that August did not believe that post to be a joke?
He didn't believe it was a joke.
All right. Then may you also read the text on September 2nd?
Look like you conditioned your hair with gunk from the Louisiana oil spill.
And August did not give a response to that, correct?
Correct.
Then may you please read the post on September 14th?
Stop sucking up to our English teacher.
Augustus' response to that?
Stop texting me in class.
And your response to that message?
I will tell you to stop being ugly, but I guess you can't help it. Where are you from, August? I know you weren't from Franklin City looking like that.
What was your intent behind saying that?
A joke.
Why would you continue to text August even though he had asked you to stop?
'Cause that's how he jokes and we joke.
So you believe stop to be a joke?
Yes.
So you do not care about Augustus' personal boundaries?
I do.
Then why do you believe stop to be a joke when it's said by him?
I thought he was joking.
And if you believed he was joking, do you believe that your response was proportionate to that?
No.
So if you believe your response to not be proportionate, then why would you say that in the first place?
'Cause I didn't know he would take it so far.
Okay. May I please read the post made on October 3rd?
Nobody likes you. You have no friends.
Please read Augustus' response.
I don't care.
Please read your responses.
Well, I would care if I were you, but I'm not a weird like you.
So you believe August Taylor would be weird?
No,
Then why would you say that?
because we like to joke.
But if he's made it clear in the past that he does not believe what you're saying to be jokes, why would you continue with this behavior?
Because he's joking.
But he made it evident that he's not joking. When he told you stop, you said that you believe stop to be a joke, correct?
Yes.
But in this instance, his response was trying to end the conversation, correct?
Yes.
And you continued the conversation. Why?
I continued the conversation because me and August like to joke a lot.
Please read the post from October 15th.
August, you are the dirtiest looking person ever.
Please read August's responses.
Why are you doing this? What did I do to you?
May you please read your responses.
You came to school looking like that. Your outfit and haircut are offensive, and you keep saying stupid things in class.
What from August's response do you believe warranted your responses?
I don't think he wanted my responses.
But you continue to send them. Why?
Because that's how senior kids joke around.
You believe that's how all senior kids joke around?
Yes.
So you'd say that every senior kid that you know jokes around like that?
Yes.
I have no further questions about that document.
Ms. Settles, you may go back to your seat.
Wait,
Counsel for the state. Oh,
I had questions. I just said I had no further questions on the document I had given him.
okay, perfect.
Okay. So, at the basketball game, were you or were you not aware that August would be present at the event?
I was not aware.
At the event in question, you did see August, correct?
Correct.
Did August engage with you first, or was it you who made contact first?
He engaged with me first.
Were you or were you not informed of what the restraining order entails?
I was not informed.
You were not informed?
No.
You were not informed about what the restraining order entails?
No.
Do you know why you were not informed?
No.
If you weren't informed, then why didn't you speak up earlier?
I didn't know he had an order on me.
So you'd say you did not understand that you had the responsibility of removing yourself in August's presence, even if you were there first, and even if you were not aware that he'd be there.
I was not aware that he'd be there.
That is not the question. The question is, you were not aware that you have the responsibility of removing yourself in August's presence, even if you were there first, and even if you were not aware that he'd be there.
Can you say it again?
Were you not aware that you have the responsibility of removing yourself in August's presence, even if you were there first, and even if you were not aware that he'd be there?
I was not aware he'd be there.
Please pick a response. You were just about to say that you were aware, but now you're saying that you were not aware.
In stipulated facts.
So were you not aware?
Not.
Then, Your Honor, I wish to have this document marked for identification as Exhibit C.
may proceed.
So, were you not there when in the stipulated facts it says, please read from on the second page the paragraph after December 1st, 2023, and read the last sentence. Do you need help? You sure? Okay. Please read it out loud.
Oh. August began saying, Dr. Perry, it's your...
That's the wrong paragraph. May I please identify it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The following day, Mickey Taylor went to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas and received a civil protection order prohibiting Jordan from contacting August.
So, you were never made aware of that civil protection order?
No.
Gianna, she wants to ask a question. Is that
Pardon me. I'll talk to you about something.
Just a second. Just a second. Just give me a minute. Question. Recess, please.
Thank you.
Good, proceed. In your witness statement, it said that you were aware of the CPO, and you denied that fact. Why?
I denied because
You're under oath. You're not meant to lie. So why would you lie?
I didn't understand your question. I know I'm not allowed to post about August.
Okay. And would you agree or deny the fact that your parents told you to stay away from August forever?
I agree.
So, may you please inform the court of the actions you had done after seeing August?
I called August a name, and then August came up to me and started punching on me, and then he kicked me in my head, and I had a concussion.
So would you agree or would you deny that the notion of that you were violating the restraining order?
I agree I was violating the restraining.
Okay, no further questions.
Thank you. You may be seated. Ms. Settles, you may return to your seat. And counsel for the state, you may call your next witness.
The prosecution calls Emery Easton.
Officer Easton, if you could please raise your right hand too. Ms. Easton, if you could please raise your hand to be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that goes to in the jury and the cause?
I do.
Good morning, Ms. Easton.
Good morning.
For the record, could you please state your full name and the grade you are currently in?
Emery Easton, 12th grade.
How long have you known Jordan?
Since 5th grade.
Were you aware that the relationship between August and Jordan involved a lot of joking?
Yes.
Okay. Did Jordan joke the same way with you as she would with August?
Yes.
Okay. How did you feel about these jokes?
They were playful, fun.
Okay. When you first arrived at the basketball game, what did you do?
We went to the concession stand to get some snacks.
Okay. Did you hang out with August and Jordan at the basketball game?
Only Jordan.
Only Jordan?
Yes. I didn't see August.
Okay. So did you see the two together at all?
When they were fighting.
Okay. So they seemed pretty upset at each other?
Yes.
Okay. So did they exchange any words before the altercation happened?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear what they said?
A little bit.
Okay. And who did what first?
August initiated the fight.
Okay.
He asked what we were doing here.
Okay. All right, no further questions.
Any cross-examination from the defense?
Good morning, Miss Easton.
Good morning.
So would you say that you were best friends with Jordan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you were with him on the night of the fight?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after you heard August call out, Jordan responded how?
I think he said something on the lines of, "You're so ugly," or something like that.
Okay. And then you joined in on the laughing or the antagonization?
Yes.
Okay. So would you say that Jordan was trying to push past August, or would you say, what would you say that Jordan was trying to do?
He was trying to get out of the situation, respect the restraining order.
But you didn't see how close they were.
I did.
Okay. So could you tell that Jordan pushed August or not?
I wouldn't call it a push. I would just call it a shove out of the way.
Okay.
Very light.
Okay. So you would agree that Jordan did make contact with August?
Yes.
So you antagonized him by inducing the laughing, which would also say that August would induce his past fear of Jordan. Did you know that they had history, Jordan and August?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Did you know that Jordan and August had past history?
Yes.
Okay. So would you say that you knew that August was in fear of Jordan?
I didn't know that August was in fear of Jordan.
Okay. So no further questions.
Miss Easton, you may be seated. Counsel for the state, you may call your next witness.
The prosecution calls Dominic Dallas. Good morning. Could you please state your full name?
Dominic Dallas.
Okay. How do you know Jordan?
Jordan is a student that I used to work with at East.
Okay. Are you aware of any other incidents that August was involved in?
No,
Okay. Have you had any issues with Jordan this year?
not this year.
Okay. When did you arrive at the scene?
I arrived a little bit after the shove, so I saw the kicking in the head.
What did you see when you first arrived?
I saw August kicking Jordan in the head.
Can you describe the injuries that you saw in Jordan?
A concussion and a twisted ankle.
Okay. So you would say that they were pretty bad?
Yes.
No further questions.
Any cross-examination from the defense?
Good morning, Officer Dallas. So you were present the night of the fight, correct?
Yes.
Is it true you received the call about the fight?
Yes.
And what did they tell you?
They said a student was being assaulted by another student at the concession stand.
So you didn't see anything from the fight before that?
Not before, no.
Ms.
So you were-
Dallas, when you answer questions, will you please speak up?
Yes.
Thank you.
So you arrested August on scene, correct?
Yes, I did.
What did he tell you while in your custody?
He told me that Jordan allegedly was bullying him.
So you didn't witness anything before the fact that you saw the fight, and you only heard what happened from August while he was in your custody?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Prosecution, would you like to rest your case? Ms. Dallas, you may return to your seat.
Witness.
No, we do not.
Do you have any other witnesses?
No, we do not.
Do you rest your case?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Counsel for August Taylor, you may call your first witness.
August. It's okay. King. Or James. What's the first witness? Isn't it August? August. Hold on, guys. When I say we'd like to call August Taylor's name. Our first witness is August Taylor. Thank you. Go to the stand. You're going to give me your line. I need it so she can make sure that's accurate as possible.
If you could please raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear
Yes.
For the record, what is your name and age?
My name is August Taylor, and I am 18.
What school do you currently attend?
I currently attend Olentangy Academy.
Have you attended any previous high schools?
Yes, in the beginning of my senior year, I attended Franklin High School.
And what's the reason for you not being at that high school?
I switched because Jordan was bullying me.
Could you go more in depth with the bullying that you experienced?
I received harassing text messages and offensive posts on Instagram, and I was also humiliated in front of my peers.
Would you say that the humiliation you experienced contributed to any mental struggles?
No.
I would like to submit this as Exhibit A.
It's already been submitted.
Was that already?
Yeah, so it's already been submitted.
Exhibit C. Thank you.
Are you familiar with that document?
Yes.
What is it?
My PTSD diagnosis.
What are the symptoms that you feel?
May you repeat that question?
What do you feel like? What made you think that you had PTSD?
I didn't know that I had PTSD until the psychiatrist at Olentangy Academy diagnosed me with it.
So this was noticed by other people?
May you repeat that?
So your symptoms were noticed by other people?
Yes.
How did you meet Jordan Settles?
We met at senior orientation in the beginning of my senior year at Franklin High School.
What was your initial impression of Jordan?
I thought Jordan was really cool and I wanted to be her friend.
And how did your relationship evolve over the year?
I dropped out soon after Jordan began bullying me.
Under oath, Jordan stated that all jokes and malicious comments that she made to you were that you understood that they were jokes. Do you agree with that statement?
No.
What would you say the severity of these malicious comments and text messages were?
To me, they hurt me a lot, and I'm sorry, this is really hard. They hurt me a lot, and I felt like I was a piece of poop because of how Jordan made me feel.
Would you say that Jordan is responsible for your PTSD diagnosis?
Yes.
Could you recount the events of the Easterville High School basketball game of February 2024?
Yes. It was halftime, and I was at the concession stand, and I saw Jordan. I decided to call out to Jordan, inquiring why she was here, and then she called out to me, saying, "Go away, dummy. I could punch you right now." And I tried. Jordan came up to me, and then made a comment, and then everyone started laughing at me, and then she pushed me, and so I felt that I had to defend myself.
Would you say that your PTSD contributed to the need to defend yourself?
Yes.
What did you feel in that moment?
My heart dropped. I knew there was a chance that Jordan was going to be there, but I didn't expect Jordan to just come up to me and push me like that. And so I felt like I had to defend myself.
I rest my case. No further questions. I'm sorry.
Any cross-examination from the prosecution?
Yes. Please state your name, age, and grade.
My name is August Taylor. I am 18 and I am a senior at Olentangy Academy.
When and where did you and Jordan Settles meet?
We met at senior orientation at Franklin High School.
And how would you describe his demeanor?
She was really cool and I really wanted to be her friend.
Did you and Jordan communicate outside of school?
Yes.
What apps did you communicate through?
We communicated through Instagram, Snapchat, and iMessage.
And are you aware that you exchanged over 2,400 messages with each other?
Yes.
Do you have any friends other than Jordan?
I have a couple.
Would you say they are reliable and trustworthy?
Yes.
When did you start experiencing issues with Jordan?
At the pep rally.
How did these issues start?
She just wouldn't stop making fun of me.
Before the basketball game, did Jordan ever say he would cause physical or mental harm to you?
Yes.
When?
In an Instagram post.
Were the words, "I'm going to hurt you" on it?
No.
So he never said he was going to actually hurt you?
Not directly.
Was Jordan ever made aware that you had PTSD?
I don't believe so.
Your Honor, can I use Exhibit A for the...
You may proceed.
Okay.
We have Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Exhibit A. That's crazy.
What did I just hand you, Miss Taylor?
Jordan's Instagram posts.
And what does that Instagram post say?
Which one?
The one with the image on it.
Getting ready for the next time I see August Taylor.
And what did you think of this post?
I thought that Jordan was threatening me and that she was going to fight with me.
Why did you think she was threatening you?
Because of the relentless taunts and how Jordan was treating me before. I thought we weren't friends.
So you took the jokes as threatening?
Yes.
So I have no further questions on that document. Can I use Exhibit B, please?
You may proceed.
Thank you.
What did I just hand you?
Our text messages.
Can you read all the messages to the court, please?
Starting from where?
Just start at the top. Just finish the first page. You don't have to go to the back.
Jordan said, "Where'd you get those jeans from? Mama's closet?" And I responded with, "Bro, I don't know what you're talking about." Then Jordan responded with, "Looked like you conditioned your hair with gunk from the Louisiana oil spill on September 2nd, 2023. On September 14th, 2023, Jordan texted me during class saying, "Stop sucking up to our English teacher." I responded with, "Stop texting me in class." Jordan continued to text me saying, "I would tell you to stop being ugly, but I guess you can't help it. Where are you from, August? I know you aren't from Franklin City looking like that."
Do you understand Jordan was playfully joking with you?
Repeat that?
Do you understand that Jordan was playfully joking with you?
No.
And anywhere in those messages, did you tell Jordan that the messages were hurtful to you?
No.
So Jordan was never made aware that these were hurtful?
No.
In these messages, did Jordan ever say he was going to hurt you?
No.
Did he ever say he was going to mentally hurt you?
No.
So what gives you reason to think he was?
Because of Jordan's relentless taunts and how he made fun of me everywhere. I was never safe from Jordan, and in resort to that, I skipped school.
How come you didn't block him?
I didn't think of it.
How come you didn't go to anyone before the matter?
Because I was scared Jordan was going to hurt me even more.
May I use Exhibit C, please?
You may proceed.
Miss Taylor, what did I just hand you?
My PTSD diagnosis.
Can you read the very first question for the court, please? That was on the front page of the PTSD.
Under requirement 1?
Yes.
The person experienced an event where where there was the threat or actual death or serious injury.
When did you experience an event where there was a threat of death or injury to you?
The picture of the fist.
But that Instagram post never stated he was going to hurt you.
But that's how I took it.
So you selected yes on your PTSD test?
I did not file this.
So when you took it, did you select yes for that option?
I did not take this.
Sustained.
Is it true that you spent most of your nights on TikTok?
Yes.
Can you read the first question under requirement 4, please?
Having a difficult time falling or staying asleep.
What caused you to not be able to fall asleep?
I just decided to stay up on TikTok and video games.
So your PTSD did not influence your ability to sleep?
I suppose not.
I have no further questions on that piece of evidence. Are you aware that your mother filed a CPO against Jordan?
Yes.
What do you believe that CPO entailed?
Jordan was not allowed to communicate or contact me through social media.
Correct. So that did not include any kind of physical interactions, right?
Not that I know of.
So Jordan never violated the civil protection order?
Not that I know of.
No further questions. Thank you.
Ms. Taylor, you may return to your seat.
We have another witness.
Counsel for August Taylor, you may call your next witness.
Oh, yeah, the next witness. Get me justice, our next witness.
Ms. Justice, will you please raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and only the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
Hi, so may I please have your name?
My name is Jamie Justice.
So, did you were at Elizabeth High the night that the fight happened?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Were you at Easterville High when the fight happened that night?
Yes, I was.
Counsel, will you please speak up when asking questions?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So, what was your role that night? What were you doing?
I was supervising the concession area the night that 2 students who did not belong to our school got into a fight.
So, were you present or you at least saw something of the fight?
Yes, I did.
So, what did you heard?
As I was making sure that everyone received their snacks efficiently during the halftime crowd rush, I heard someone scream, "What are you doing here, bro?" I then heard another voice that said, "Bro, you are so stupid, I could hit you right now."
Okay. So, what were you doing before you heard that?
Supervising the concession stand.
Okay. So, how would you describe the shouts? You know, the first person that said, you said, "What are you doing here, bro?" How would you describe that? Was it like really violent or was it just calm and patient?
The first person who shouted, I don't believe said anything in a mean or disrespectful manner.
Okay. So, did you saw the fire at any angle? Were you close to it? Or would you please describe us in what angle or how do you saw the fire?
Could you reiterate the question, please?
So, would you please describe us how did you start the fight?
From the concession stand?
Yeah, but where were you? How did you saw it? Did you got to see how the fight started or how it ended? Or you only got to see a little bit of it?
I didn't see very much of it.
Ms. Justice, will you please speak up when answering questions?
So, did you saw one student push the other one?
Yes.
How would you describe this push? Was it really violent or was it subtle?
Jordan didn't seem to push at
or at a minimum, rush past August. It was that action that I believe started the physical.
Okay, so you believe that that push was that started the fight. So it was not August that started the fight, it was Jordan. That's what you're trying to state?
Yes.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any cross-examination from the state?
Yes. Can you please state your name?
Jamie Justice.
And what was your role in this situation?
I was a parent of a freshman student at Easterville High School.
So where were you at the basketball game?
I was supervising the concession stand.
Did you have a good view of the concession stand line? You could see who was in it?
Yes.
Who was in line first? Was it Jordan or August? Who was at the front of the line?
Jordan.
Jordan was at the front of the line?
Yes.
So then August came up, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then August was at the front of the line. So then Jordan came up and started instigating. August started instigating. August made a statement, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what exactly did you hear August say?
What are you doing here?
And how would you say that the statement was said?
Objection, opinion.
Sustained.
So August called out to Jordan, correct?
Yes.
And then is it true that August repeatedly beat Jordan?
Yes, in self-defense.
Why was it self-defense?
Because Jordan initiated the fight.
What was August defending herself from?
From Jordan.
Do you believe that repeatedly beating someone is justifiable?
Objection, opinion.
Sustained.
Can you define aggressive for me? What do you think aggressive behavior is?
Your Honor, opinion. Opinion. That's opinion.
Shouting, perhaps?
Shouting is aggressive behavior?
Yes.
So if anytime anyone shouts, you think that's aggressive?
King. Object.
Objection, opinion.
Sustained.
Okay, no further questions. Thank you.
Ms. Justice, you may be seated.
The closing statement. I don't know.
State, you may proceed with your closing arguments.
Good morning, members of the jury and the judge. Today, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the arguments of August Taylor and Jordan Settles. While August Taylor has tried to make you believe that she was in the right and was fearing for her life, this is all not true. I implore the judge and jury to see reason that there is surefire evidence that August Taylor committed felonious assault against Jordan Settles. Jordan and her friends were just trying to enjoy a basketball game and buy concessions when August made a big deal out of seeing Jordan. When August shouted out, "What are you doing here?" Jordan tried to simply move past August and avoid arousing attention. But August started assaulting Jordan with no justification. A police officer then appeared on the scene and broke up the fight. Jordan was hospitalized with severe injuries, and August was charged with felonious assault, which is a fair conviction considering Jordan's injuries. Thank you all for your time, and I hope that you will find August Taylor guilty of felonious assault.
Counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your closing arguments.
We need a minute. Take the closing arguments. So after we do the closing arguments, they vote.
Your Honor, a bully and the victim are a classic story. Yet what occurs when that victim finally decides to defend themselves? An assault charge. A guilty verdict is unjustified when you take into account the Ohio state law on self-defense. A claim at self-defense applies when the other party in this case, who was Jordan, was the initial aggressor of the incident. August is not at fault for creating the situation that resulted in the use of force. It was present at the event legally, while Jordan was obliged to leave immediately after seeing Jordan due to the protection order. Not only was August not the aggressor, she's the victim of serious mental trauma induced by the demeaning bullying of Jordan Settles over the course of 7 months, which resulted in PTSD that left no reasonable means of retreat. For the terrified August during the incident, while the prosecution will argue that August used unreasonable force, this is deceitful when you consider the many months of bullying, threats, and the violation of the protection order leading up to the incident, which created an imminent threat that led to the necessary self-defense of my client. Members of the jury, after hearing these facts, we, the defense, ask for a verdict of not guilty.
Members of the jury, the evidence portion of this trial has not concluded. This case is now being handed to you for deliberations. You should talk amongst yourselves and determine if the state of Ohio has proved beyond a reasonable doubt if August Taylor committed a felonious assault in February against Jordan Settles. If you believe that August Taylor was acting in self-defense, then you should find that August Taylor is not guilty. If you believe that August Taylor was not acting in self-defense, then you should find August Taylor guilty. As this is a criminal trial, the verdict must be unanimous in order to find August Taylor guilty. You may now deliberate.
I got a question. So asking unanimous?
Yes.
If even one of you guys disagrees, do it again. I can finally pop back on my iPhone. I don't know. It all depends on what choices they reach throughout the Hi guys. Sorry that we left y'all in there. No, it's fun though. It's fun to be here. Calm down. I am proud we didn't elect a 4-man or 4-woman in this case.
Thank you, everyone. You may be seated.
Jury foreperson, has the jury reached a verdict?
We are a hung jury. We are vehemently divided in determining whether or not we access this to be assault. So we are a hung jury. 8 people. So there was no tiebreaker.
This case is adjourned. You are now released from all admonitions. If you are open to talking about your experience or have questions, let me know.
All right, thank you, everyone. So let me tell you what happened. It's interesting because I think every jury so far has been hung, and I believe you are part of the last group. So what that means is that some jurors were for the prosecution, some jurors were for the defense. In real life, if that were to occur, the state would have to decide whether or not they were going to retry the defendant. So what that means is that you all met your burden of proof. What's the proof? The burden in criminal cases. Beyond
a reasonable doubt.
Beyond a reasonable doubt. So for some other jurors, you all met that burden. And then for some of the jurors, you all convinced them that the state did not meet that burden. So really, both sides have won and lost. Yeah. But that means that you did your job and justice was served because the process went through properly, okay? So let's give everybody in this group a round of applause. group has had like a decision? I don't think so. There was one other group. So I was downstairs. The civil case was hung. They had one juror. And then the other criminal case was, and I think we'll see what the last one. But if you go down to 2A, we are just about done. I will continue handing out your certificates, parking passes. I hope everyone is extremely proud of themselves. Do we have any adults, any parents who would like to share anything about this question? Is there anything? Yes.
I think they did an excellent job representing themselves. One of the observations we made in our deliberations is that we are not objective because we have familial affiliations with somebody on either side. Therefore, that colored our perspective. But you all did an outstanding job, especially for your first time. Wonderful, wonderful work.
And for our judge, any other adults, anything you want to share about your experience?
I wanted to say, I think this is a really, really cool event, camp, or whatever we're calling it. It just shows that not all our babies are doing stuff they ain't supposed to. We got a whole room full of doing all good stuff. I want to applaud
All right, so if you all head down to courtroom 2A, we will conclude shortly, and we have lunch. So for each student, there are 3 lunches to go. So up to 3.
King, where are my resources?
I wrote that there.